Now, I had a list of all the videos I wanted to make over the course of December, but I did realize that the timing belt on my car hadn't been done in forever. It was way out of spec, so my entire list and my entire plan, all my YouTube schedule got shit on, and we're basically getting back into the game from my perspective. I haven't played in a bit, because I was doing the timing belt, and it was the first time ever doing it. So, what are we going to play today? I really wanted to play the Comet. I don't really want the tank after the Comet, but the way I have this game set up is I have all the tanks that I kind of need to grind through at some point in my selected tanks, my primary label tanks, and the Comet is one of those tanks that I want to get through. I want to 3-mark at some point, and it's going to require me to actually play the vehicle, but we're going to start with this vehicle. I think it's a great place to start off, and it should be fun. One of the great things about the Comet is, I don't really take tier 7 hyper seriously, so I don't really feel any inclination to run food or large anything, so it's actually really great. Now, for this game, we're on the map Minsk. Now, I used to have trouble with the map Minsk. It used to be a really difficult map to play. Basically, the way this map works, and I'm a slow learner, so you probably know this by now, but basically, heavies, you expect them to go here. And so in this case, they've got a triple heavy tank platoon. You would expect their IS-3s and OHOs to go into the city. And in this case, we have an E-75, which is fucking trash. Why is our platoon the bad platoon? Fine. Okay, so they're probably going to win the city. They've got triple arty, and as a Comet, the only thing I can do is to teleport up to F1. Okay, now I've never taken this route to get into position before. Normally what I do on this map is I go the long way, but I wanted to try it. It's an opportunity to... What the hell? Okay, so they've got the IS-3s coming into the one line. So the reason you have to look, one of the main reasons you want to look at the enemy team lineup is you need to look for platoons. They've got one IS-3 spotted going to the one line. That implies their whole platoon's going over there. And then look at their mediums. All their mediums are probably going to be over there too. So they're going to have basically 7 tanks heading out into this side. And we have 2 who are playing the one line. So from my perspective, there's no chance that we're ever going to win that side of the map up in F1, because their tanks are suited for that. If we want to win the 1-2 line, we want them to be driving down the K line, because that's when our TDs are going to be at an advantage. That's when a tank like my medium can actually fight against those vehicles. So because of the way their team's playing, I'm forced into the city. Now, I could be wrong with my prediction, but it could be the case that these guys are sniping from A4. It's unlikely. These guys are probably going to die, and I don't want to be there with them. I'd much rather be helping the city win, because if we can kill they're not strong in the city. We want to take advantage of them while they're doing it. So I come up like this. The reason I've come back to this angle is, holy shit, look at the missiles. Those are really cool. I actually like the detail on this map. Now, what's happening here is nothing. So the OH's there, the IS-3's there. They're not very good players. They're probably going to push down the K-line eventually. And coming up like this is kind of giving me, we'll have information. I'm not just YOLOing directly into the fight. If these guys are pushing in, I can push up to here, and it's a good angle. I'm putting myself on the side of the map, so I'm going to be able to flank people as these guys push in. Now, in this case, you might consider going down to this corner and just farming the side of the OHO. That's a good play if you're trying to get damage, right? So if you're a damage farmer and just want to get as much damage from this game as you can, going down to here, shooting these guys, I think that's a decent play. However, because I want to win the game, I want to get us onto the cap. So this is a lot of driving, but basically I'm going to get up here, we're going to shoot people in the side, and we're just going to try to take map positioning, because that's going to ultimately give us the best chance at winning. So SP1C, I don't really care about the SP1C. I am definitely spotted by now. What you'd expect is you'd expect these heavies to start engaging these players. So SP1C is driving into me. Maybe I'll get the kill. Great. I doubt this guy's here, just out of experience. Like this AMX, if he's not spotted, he's somewhere weird. He might be up here, and hopefully we proxy spot him before we drive into him. But basically, let's see where he is. He might be around this corner. He's not. Okay, so this is getting really aggressive, and most people when they find themselves... Oh, the MX is gone. Now, most people when they find themselves in this situation are hyper... they're really stupid about it. What you want to do is you want to find an aggressive position that's safe. So here we are, find the GW. He totally misses. I'm just going to finish him off. And the reason I've come up to here is because I'm safe. I'm not going to die in this position at all. And once I get up here, I can put shots into the side of the Super Hellcat and stuff. So this is a good position. On most maps, it won't work. On Minsk, this play is absolutely perfect. So we're going to get up to here. Find the Super Hellcat. I have Binox for a reason. Want to take advantage of these players if I get the chance. I'm just going to make sure I don't get shot again by the Super Hellcat. We're going to return here, set up the Binox, see what we find. So there he is. I'm just going to shoot. Honestly, I don't really think there's much in a position to return fire, and this guy's not even really going to spot me anyway. So put a shot into him. Going to look for some more. Good, that one goes in. This is really hard. This gun... this shell trajectory isn't perfect. You can see how much the shell arcs. When you've got a fast-firing gun like this, sometimes it makes it actually difficult to consecutively hit shots. Now, in this case, they've won the one line. So most people would do this play, and I don't know if it's the best one, but the thing is we're winning by so much. So in this situation, you really have to watch what your team is doing because it's very easy to throw the game by simply being too aggressive. In this situation, we're absolutely winning, and so I can afford to be very aggressive. You would never push across an open field like this if your team was losing. So I just wanted to get that out there before I called the replay. It's basically over. Just going to try to get some more damage on this Artie here, and then basically the game should be over. Now, in this case, I don't want this Artie to spot me, because if he hits me in the side, which I'm giving him my side right now, he'll kill me. So we'll kill him if we can. There's maybe more tanks. An IS-3 right here. We're going to have his rear. I think the Jagdpanther definitely doesn't notice me. We push onto him. Shit, they're both here. So you have to be really careful. When you try to flank people like this, look at the situation here. The setter's been getting these players' attention, and then I pushed up right here, and the E-75 is going to make the mistake that I totally almost made right there. And you can see exactly what happens. He probably lost a lot of HP. And now we're in a situation where we're trying to pen these guys with gold. So it's not going to work. It's an OHO. Maybe the lower plate doesn't happen. Now we have to try to just get as much damage as we can on this IS-3. And here, I definitely don't need gold, so I'm switching to AP, and that's the end of the game. Okay, so for the first game back in for like quite a while, actually, that was a really solid game. I'm going to apply the XP for that one. 1,344 damage, so not epic damage in a Comet. What I often find is that my first game after playing not playing for a bit is really, really awful. So that was a good first game. I'm going to show you the best game out of the next series of games I play, because there's no point showing you another like HP damage game. So let's see what happens. Oh boy, 7 games into this, we are on the exact same map on the exact same spawn. Now in this session, I have, well, first of all, I've never done a video where I've played the same map twice. Secondly, I've had 7 games in a row where they've kind of just been mediocre to bad. Honestly, I haven't had a single game above 2,000 damage. And what I'd have to do in a situation, like what I try to do when I'm recording, is I want to have a good, interesting game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play different than I did last map. Basically, last map we played the city, tried to play the zero line, and it actually worked out. We did very well. Now, what I want to do in this situation is I want to go to where I think I'm going to get the most damage, and I think I'm going to be able to do that by getting up to the F1 location and kind of just going after their mediums. Now, what you're going to find when you play F1, I think, is that you're not going to get a shitload of damage. There's not a whole lot of farming opportunity, but what I hope is that a Tiger or a heavy tank, someone with HP, ends up going to G1, F1, E1, and I'm going to be able to farm them, because like a Progetto, when you're trying to flank mediums, they can very easily defend themselves because they've got the turret rotation and the hull rotation to make it work. And so hopefully someone slower that I can take advantage of is over here. Now, in this case, once again, interestingly, we don't have the scouting information of last game, so we don't know if they're sending any heavies here. One thing to note is where my teammates are. So if I'm going to go to F1, what I can do, even though my teammates are way behind me, is I can pop up to this corner and shoot people. The thing is, I'm taking advantage of the lack of information the enemy team has. If I come up here, they don't know that I don't have any support, and so what I can do is I can sit on this corner and play it as if I have teammates behind me and still get the free damage and run away if I need to. So we've got the Progetto to our right. He doesn't spot anyone. The timing is such that I'm comfortable putting 1 shot into him and then backing off. Maybe 2. I'll get greedy here. Look at this great Comet DPM. Okay, there you go. And you can see that's why you can't really flank medium. So I put 2 shots into him, and then immediately that Panther pokes into me. So that's the right play from the Panther. Very predictable, but the right one. And I can hold the angle here. So fighting against this Panther, if I hold the angle, he has to drive into me. I'm going to get the first shot, and I'm just keeping my finger on the S key when I'm not talking with my hands to just try to back off if anyone pokes on me. Now, in this case, you would never repeat this play. You'd never poke on the Progetto to get shots, because this Panther's pretty obviously just going to be waiting there for me to do the same thing, and that's where he's going to be able to use his DPM against mine, and I just don't want to take that risk. So I'm going to go for the track on the Panther. I just want to damage him and get, any assists that I possibly can. Here, you might consider shooting at the Panther's turret. So for those of you who don't know, if you shoot at the Panther's turret, you're going to do damage pretty much every time. And this guy, if you look at where he's looking, oh shit. That might go in. That's really interesting. I'm getting green right there. So that's green. Is this going to do damage? If it goes exactly where I'm aiming, it might do damage. There you go. Holy shit, this thing can't side scrape at all. So he's tracked. I'm going to just increase the angle a bit, try to keep putting these shells in, and we're going to see if we can get as much damage as we can. Now, here, because I've got this really high fire rate on this tank, I can't zoom out and look around. So what I have to do is I actually have to look at the map to try to figure out if I have, you know, the Progetto is going to shoot me or whatnot. So we're up to 999 damage, get the kill, that's great. Now I could poke onto this Progetto if I wanted to, but he's playing the outside. So because of that Progetto's location, fighting him is not smart, because I'd have to open myself up to players here to, like, make this play here. Basically, if I drove down this road to flank the Progetto, it wouldn't work out. However, I have shots in the Super Hellcat. We're going to go for the track so we can get assist. And here, I'm okay kind of trading DPM with him a bit. I've got the DPM, and right now, because of where he's tracked, actually, I'm in a great position. So we're going to pick up the kill on him, probably. There's a Scorpion. We're going to shoot him. I'm going to go for the Scorpion's track just to try to damage him. Okay, doesn't happen. Has this guy fallen back? No, he hasn't. If I was the Scorpion, I wouldn't push in. Scorpion should run away, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now, in this case, they're... Fuck. Okay, so what's happening? This Progetto is going to flank me. So if you were this Progetto, what would you do? You'd come through here and try to flank me. Now, I've got this Udez who's actually pretty decent so far, it seems. So what I would want to do is I kind of want to put myself in a situation where these guys might get into a crossfire, because what I think they'll do is they might come through here to try to flank me, and I might be able to play up in this area to get shots into them. I think this might actually work out. Now, I don't know where they are. We'll see if they're over here. Interesting. I've never played here, so it's really interesting to see how it works. This guy gets flanked by the Progetto. The Progetto's probably going to clip him out if he can. And this is where you'd expect the Scorpion to come back into the fight. So I'm going to try to help this Udez and put a quick shot into the Progetto if I can. And the Progetto's playing it very well. So Scorpion probably going to appear in this area. We don't want to do much, because if we fight this Progetto, we'll die, right? So I think that Progetto's got a bunch of support. The Udez YOLOing him I don't think is a good play. Because that's happening, I think the Udez might actually win, and I'm going to start going after the Scorpion G, because I want to kill the Scorpion G if I get the opportunity to. So I bet the Scorpion G's come back. If he was going to come back, he would have by now, I think. If he's here, and we get damage. And if he's not, we can flank this Progetto. We're in a really good position. He definitely won't expect this at all. We're able to put one shot into him. He's still here. We'll put another one into him. That one bounces because he's being fucking weird. Okay, one shot. And I'm not going to trade HP to kill him. Really. There's the Scorpion. Okay, I'm just trying to get safe. I think that Progetto might push into me. And what I need to do is I need to catch that Progetto off guard. But I also think this Scorpion over here is going to join me. So here's where you would take the hit to leave, I think. Because I need to get damage out of this fight. Now, here he is. Okay. So I took the hit because I need to get out of here. The Scorpion G is going to push into me. And from my perspective, I've got a 3-shot AMX 1375 over here too. And what I would do... Does the 1375 know I'm here? You know, so if I can surprise that 1375, I might be able to deal with him. But if he knows I'm here, it's going to be a really rough fight because he's an autoloader. I'm a 2-shot, and that's the Scorpion. Okay, so I have to make a last stand. There's the AMX. Put one shot into him. He's going to get the kill. So I was side on to him. He's going to have a bigger shot on me. That was really rough, but holy shit did I do well. That's 2,424 damage. Could I have played that any better? That's really interesting. I don't think I could have. I think 2,400 damage in that fight is friggin' solid. Maybe getting shot by the Panther. He didn't do damage, so I got lucky from the Panther missing. But, you know, letting the Panther shoot on me, I think was really my only mistake. A lot of the damage just came from the fact that I put myself where there were a lot of enemies, and basically was shooting at people who weren't prepared to deal with me. So that's a great game. I'm excited. I don't think we're going to win this at all. It's got a full HP Jagdpanther in base, and not in base, and a T29 while they're in our base, so we might actually win this one. The Jagdpanther's pushing onto the Scorpion, who's actually a one-shot. Dude. Hopefully he gets the kill right here if he's got HE. He doesn't, so right now the Jagdpanther should ram the Scorpion too. The Scorpion. It doesn't happen. He's going to take another hit. That's all his HP gone, basically. The Artie over here is going to be defending. He dies to the MX-13. In my opinion, that might have been winnable if I had managed to kill the MX-13 and then the Scorpion, but that would have been like a 3,500 damage game. Really hard to do. I think this one, there's no chance this guy's going to win it. Okay, now one thing I really like to do is I like to watch how people reset cap, because it's one of the issues I have difficulty with. So as we watch this T29, he's full HP. I don't imagine that he's one of the greatest players, but sometimes you can learn things from like players trying, random things. And so by watching him, he's just going to drive into the cap. Honestly, I don't know this part of the map at all. So we're just watching this guy play is really interesting to me. I think his best play, yeah, he's not a good player. He didn't come with his turret pointed in the right direction. Because he didn't come with his gun pointed towards the cap, he missed the kill on the Leo. Now he's forced to drive around like this, and the thing is, this Scorpion is probably going to be in this area, shooting at the T-29. So the Leo's playing this perfectly. If this Scorpion's a good player, he'll be here. He's not there, otherwise he would have shot the T-29 by now. And what's going to happen is this guy's probably going to get flanked by the AMX 1375, and really, I would say the SU, because if you were the SU, you probably sat here all game and are coming through the city. And you can see it's not the SU, but there's the MX 1375. Now, this guy, I think, is making a mistake. He's going to get himself killed by YOLOing like this. T29 should hit that shot. He does. Now, this is where the Leo pokes in. And I think if the SU-101 is going to join the fight, kind of now is the time where he has to do it. So the SU could be coming from here. So with the T29 pushing like this, how is this guy not dead? There's so many people that should have shots on him right here. It's incredible. This is why it's good to have HP, because you can take risks like this. Against the Leo, though, god damn. If I was in this game, I think the SU would have flanked me by now. Incredible. We don't know where the SU-101 is. We don't know where the Scorpion is because they were last spotted in positions. There you go. The SU's finally in the fight. He's YOLOing the T-29. He goes way too long. He, like, overshoots the T-29 completely, but he has HP, so the Leo's able to, you know, let the SU-101 take the hits, and that's the end of the game. So the T-29 actually did very well to get 5 kills. Incredible, though. Jesus Christ. I actually learned a lot about the backside of that map. I normally don't watch... Like, I don't go there, you know, you don't fight there typically unless you're resetting. And normally I'll reset from the one line because it's just a better position to reset from. But there you go. That's 2,424 damage. The T-29, despite not playing perfectly, got 5 kills, did 1,500 damage. So good job to him. Next best player on the team, apart from myself, was the Artie with 2k damage. And yeah, that was, you know, it wasn't a fantastic game, but I hope it's interesting to watch me play 2 different games from the exact same spawn on the exact same map. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.